all, my name is Alex. I'm one of the keepers here at Curiosity, and today we are going to be giving you guys a sneak peek at Liv, our opossum. I know you guys got a nice view of her earlier with a video, but we're kind of going behind the scenes with you with her so you can see her walking around and enjoying Curiosity while we are closed right now, so you can see her getting a nice walk, and she's going to be having some of her favorite treats, which are mealworms. You guys want to see those up close there? So we have some mealworms here for her, and right now we have Gunner, our North American river otter, who is also getting enriched by this. He is able to see Liv here taking a nice walk, and Liv is also getting enriched by the walk and seeing some of our other animals we have around here. So I'm going to give her one of the mealworms right now. It's just a little treat. You guys can see Gunner here checking everything out. Here you go, Liv. So you can see her enjoying that nice mealworm. These guys are kind of unique in that they have a lot of teeth, which you might have been able to see. I'll throw another one here so you can kind of get a close-up of her eating. So these guys they have a lot of teeth. They have about 50 teeth, which is the most in any North American mammal. Oh, looks like she maybe doesn't see the mealworm right here. There you go. So they do have a lot of teeth. Humans only have about 32 teeth or so. So these guys do have a lot in comparison when you think that they have 50. They are also unique because these guys are the only North American marsupial. So they are kind of unique in that way as well. And I'm sure you guys have probably heard the saying playing possum, or heard the term possum. And heard them kind of used interchanging, but they actually are very different animals. So these guys are opossums, not possums. So possums are actually from Australia, whereas these guys are opossums, and they are found kind of all over the U.S. Come on, Liv, go this way. Liv. She's very excited to check out the bushes in here. These guys also do have a very sensitive nose. They love to kind of check things out. And see what kind of stuff they can find. These guys are very opportunistic feeders, so they are eating a lot of stuff that you might find out here, like these bugs that I'm giving her. I'm just going to lift her up gently so we can kind of continue walking here on the path, and we're going to kind of continue along so that we can see Gunner and also maybe our raccoons, depending on where she wants to go. Looks like she might want to head back over this way. Hey, Liv. Worm? Not interested in the worms today. That's usually her favorite treat, but looks like this is a very exciting walk, and we're also taking some time to groom. This is how these guys clean themselves. They do have that nice tongue, just like how if you guys have cats at home and they lick themselves, it's the same idea to kind of keep their fur nice and clean. Oh, these guys do have that excellent sense of smell, so as you can see, she's smelling around for that worm. Looks like she missed that one, but maybe she'll get the next one. There's so many scents out here that she's probably smelling. There's a lot of wild animals that probably walk around here at night, like skunks and raccoons and maybe other opossums. So there's a lot of stuff that she can get to smell out here. These guys are also, they can self-anoint, so they're kind of getting their scent on things. They kind of like to rub that along different surfaces and stuff like that. You can see their feet are kind of unique. Her tail is also kind of unique. She came to us as a rescue from Stanislaus County. You might notice that her tail is a little bit shorter than most opossums and not quite as sharp. The end of it had to be amputated. So she kind of recovered from that and came to us after. And she is about 11 months old. These guys usually only live to be about 2 to 3 years in the wild, but up to 7 has been recorded, but that's usually not the norm. I'd say 2 to 3 is definitely more what usually is seen. So it's definitely very exciting that she gets to smell all these things. She's probably kind of having a scent overload right now, getting all of those nice scents in. So I think we're gonna kind of pick her up and maybe go over and see if we can visit some other animals. Like we'll see if Gunner is maybe at his water window, and we can see if they want to look at each other there, or maybe go on to the raccoon. So I'm just gonna gently pick her up. These guys do like to feel nice and safe, so I'm just gonna put her against my body here so that she feels nice and safe. Gonna put her down here. There we go. And let's see if Gunner's maybe out and about and he can see her out here.
Someone's asking, does she ever get to go walking like this when Curiosity is open?
Definitely. If you guys come when we reopen, which hopefully won't be too long, you definitely can see her. She is part of our education program, so she is not out all the time, but we do definitely love to take her walks, or for walks whenever we can. So I encourage you guys to come and check that out and see if she's out and about. We definitely love to try to get all of our education animals out so you guys can all visit them. So being part of the education program, she loves to come out and visit people, but she is still kind of nervous. She's kind of getting used to people. She's still pretty new to our education department. So she's just kind of a little bit on the shyer side. So she's definitely coming out and meeting new people, and doing things like this, like taking a walk, is definitely a great option for her to kind of get used to people, used to the facility, and just kind of having some fun and getting used to things. Are there any other questions anybody has about Liv or opossums? No questions so far, okay. So she's just kind of checking things out in the corner here, but we might bring her over to our raccoons to see if any of the raccoons want to come out and say hi.
Someone's asking, how old is she?
She is about 11 months old at the moment. So hopefully we'll have her for quite a bit longer. So we're here at our raccoon exhibit. I don't know if anybody is awake right now because those guys are nocturnal, which opossums are nocturnal as well. So usually they're not going to be awake right now, but these guys do like to wake up. Our education animals that are nocturnal do like to wake up whenever we have some kind of treats or some kind of fun experience like this for them. So it's really exciting to be able to kind of come out and check things out. She's just kind of grooming herself still. I'm going to see if she might be more into the worms now. So let's try another one here. Nope, seems like the walk is definitely more exciting than having the mealworms right now. So we're going to kind of turn around because we're at our bobcat exhibit right now. So we just want to make sure that that's not too stressful on either species. Because for the bobcats, they would definitely eat these kind of animals in the wild. They would be kind of a natural predator. And so we also don't want to stress her out thinking that she's in danger. So we're not going to go that way. We're going to kind of turn around and head back this direction. So you guys can kind of notice that her feet are pretty unique. They do look kind of almost like little hands. So these guys are excellent at climbing, but they also can be found on the ground. So they are arboreal as well as terrestrial. All right. So I think we are probably going to head back. Does anybody have any last minute questions before we head back with Liv?
Someone said, I was told if I had a yard possum, I wouldn't have bugs. I think they are cute.
These guys are definitely excellent at taking care of pest problems. They do eat a lot of ticks and a lot of different bugs that you might have in your yard. They also help with keeping down the rodent population. So that's something that's really great for these guys. So anything you can do to help them out in the wild or even in your backyard is great. I would say doing things like driving safely at night because they're around the roads at night. And then also not using rodenticides or rat poisons because these guys can ingest that from the food that they're eating. And then because of that, they would also die from the poison, and it kind of goes up the food chain that way. So definitely using other methods than rat poisons would be something great to help these guys out with. They really are very helpful in our ecosystem and fill a really important niche. So I encourage you guys to say thank you to any opossums you come across. So thank you guys. Any other questions?
How many babies can opossums have?
You know, I would have to look up that information. I believe it was somewhere around 13. Or no, actually it was more than that. I think it was like 25, and their gestation period's pretty short, because then the little babies will climb out of the pouch, and they kind of attach to each one of the nipples, and so there's only a certain amount, and so that's the amount of babies that will survive.
Sadly.
All right. Well, thank you guys very much for coming to see Liv here, and hopefully we can see you guys soon whenever we open. Thank you for supporting us, and talk to you later.